And because you're busy with talking to everybody there, and then we end up being in the airport at the same time together and just getting to hang on the same delayed flight together. And so we got to chat and talk about some of the things that she has learned about social media. And she's already so good at it. You guys, we follow her, we learn from her, and, on how to brand ourselves. And I love that Beth already has a great 15-minute power-packed, simple, straightforward tips on how to brand yourself in your social media world. But what I know is that I know this is a part of our world today, and it's not replacing anything that we have ever done in the past. It's absolutely adding to what we do. But what I see it doing is being powerful. And the thing that excites me the most about it is how it helps you expand your network super fast and super far out of your back door. Not that we don't need to walk across the street for a neighbor, but this is where we can truly get in the ask per day that we need way faster than the people that were just meeting face to face. And that's what Beth was showing me
on the recording.
And some of the other things. I'm going to not take any of her time because she's asked to go to the doctor at a certain time. So I want to let her do what she needs to do to take care of her. But I am so grateful for everybody to be able to learn from you. And I understand anyone else here. I think everybody can hear me fine, but this is listening and nodding. So I think we're going to go at least in recording. So Beth, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you share how it's a numbers game, and we're just getting more numbers out there. And I think as leaders, we need to lead people to this. We need to go share on social media. We need to give people, in my opinion, a little more guidelines, a little more support and help in knowing what does that look like. And so that's what you're doing for me, because I'm learning right alongside you guys. And this is where I know you can help everybody else more than I can. So again, thank you. And I want to turn it over to you.
My pleasure. Well, the nice thing about this is numbers game. And it literally, this business is all about putting our products and our business in front of absolutely as many people as we possibly can. This is the thing about, we're social media. So many people are like, yeah, just put up a bunch of stuff on social media and hashtag that kind of it. Yes and no. Hashtags are incredibly important, which I'll talk about in just a second. But the thing about it is that you can use social media to reach out. Now, I'm going to just, this is coming from, I have 5 kids. My kids are from 15 to 23. So much of what I've learned about social media I meet from and learn from my children. And social media is not my jam. Like, this is not my comfort zone. This is not something I'm comfortable with at all. But my Facebook is so private because I have thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures of my kids, and it's not as easy to clean up. But my Instagram is public. And Beth already has an amazing training, so I don't want to sit and redo that. But with my Instagram, I purposefully really use my Instagram. I think Instagram's easier to reach out, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But I personally use my Instagram truly as like my business social media. And a lot of us have business pages. Nobody wants to be sold to on social media. We sell to people all the time on social media, but nobody wants to be sold to. So like even my Facebook, I don't ever use it because people don't ever really traffic it. I have a VIP page for my clients, but they don't traffic it. It's not like Instagram. Instagram is an amazing vehicle that you can truly attract people to your lifestyle. This is the thing, is that especially millennials, we learned this in Vegas. So many of these millennials are attracted to a lifestyle. They're attracted to time, absolutely, of course, money, but they're attracted to purpose, and they're attracted to time freedom. And so, that's what you're portraying on social media. The thing too is, it's also not like, again, I'm not saying on Instagram, but if you look at my Instagram, or let's say you look at Mariah Bruner, she's the guy is 7 months in Arbonne and pushing over 100,000 in volume this month. And when we promoted on her first direct art last month. So if you look at her on social media, like if you looked at her Instagram, if you look her up, her name is Mariah Bruner, so it's MGRUNERT. If you look her up, if you looked at her Instagram page, you actually don't see a lot of Arbonne. Like you don't see her shaking a shaker cup in front of you. You don't. It just kind of like it's. She's talking about her lifestyle, but she's portraying an image. So like, there's really things that you want to be mindful of what you're putting out on Instagram. As far as out and see all of her pictures at once. I'm like, I want your life, you know? And that's where people are going to start following you, and that's where they're going to start watching your stories and things like that. But if you're constantly like Arbonne, everything is an Arbonne logo that you post, like people are going to be like, ugh, they're just out here selling something. You want to have like, social media, you want attraction marketing. But here's the thing, and I was in Dallas, you know, for Impact when we were all there, and I actually sat and had a long conversation with Mariah because I was like, okay, seriously, like, what are you doing? I mean, she's under Brandon Burcham, under Lisa Dooley, who is, you know, my company that I go to Haiti with, and she's direct to Lisa Dooley. And I had a long conversation with them. I'm like, you know, what is this? And she's like, you know, she's, instead of like worrying about asking 40 people a month to take a look at her business, she's asking 40 to 100 people a day to take a look at her business. I'm like, who is she asking? How is she asking 40 to 100 people a day? So what she does is, basically, in a nutshell, it's she puts up 1 to 2 posts every day, but then she puts up a story. And what she does is she'll go into her post and get, guys, keep in mind, so unlike like Avery or anything like that, she didn't have 100,000 followers. When she started Arbonne 7 months ago, she had 110 followers. So it wasn't like she started with this big base. And so if you're sitting there thinking, well, I only have 100 followers, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about that part. You're going to attract more. But the thing is that she put a post every day, and if anybody liked her post, she'd click on them, one, and see if they're Arbonne people. If they are, then ignore them. Or she'd click on them, and if there's a creeper dude, then she wasn't messaging them. But everybody else, she literally was like, the world is seeing it. And you're going to see it because of your content. You're also going to see that on your hashtags. Just a second. So what she did was literally, like, she didn't even think about it. She didn't prejudge. She didn't look at their, you know, their entire, you know, profile, you know, their whole entire Instagram page. She didn't think about it. She just instantly sent a message, and it was super simple. Don't overthink this. It was, hey girl, thanks for the like. I hope you like the content. Let's send you information if you are open. Just let me know. Okay. Copy paste. So everybody that liked a single post of hers that was not an Arbonne and not a weird creeper dude, she sent them a message. And I said, you didn't like look at their blogger, you didn't look at how many people they were following or following them. She's like, nope. She's like, I did not prejudge, I just sent the message. And I said, so then what happened if they didn't respond back? She's like, I sent them another message. She's like, I said, well, how many times, and here's the question we get a lot, how many messages do you send, right? She's like, I send messages until they either answer me or block me. I'm like, are you joking? And she's like, they're strangers. I don't know them, right? And I was like, well, yeah. And she's like, and if they're friends of mine, they'll answer me. Madeline, who she just promoted out, you guys, I'm sure I've seen it on social media, she just promoted Madeline out 3.5 months. Madeline's been in Arbonne. She literally sent Madeline 7 messages that Madeline did not respond to. Most people would stop, right? Most people would stop after the second or the third, like, oh my gosh, I'm totally bugging this person. She literally sent her 7 messages and Madeline finally responded to her. So send messages, so follow up. So half the time, she'll put up a post, and usually, you know, that evening she'll respond. Most of the time, most people, especially my age or whatever, they have their phones at night. They might be working during the day. They might have social media during the day. They might be scrolling through and like, respond to me at night. She'll go back in the night and send this message, and get that like post. But she also puts up usually a story in the morning. And your story is separate. It's part of Instagram, but it's putting up your story. And she puts up usually a story almost every single day, and of some sort, of something. Sometimes it's a lot of things. It's not just Arbonne. It's her life. It's her going out with her friends. It's whatever. It's what's attracting people. And she'll put up a story. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about stories. Is if you put up, let's say, you don't want to put up 15 or 20 because people are not going to keep watching them. Especially if they have it, especially if you put up like 8 in a row and nobody's watching, they're not going to sit necessarily and click through 8, 10, 15, 20 of them. So I usually, you know, sometimes she only has 1 or 2 up, and I usually like to do, sometimes she has 7 or 8, but like 8 is kind of like her little max that she hits. And at the end of the day, she'll go back in and say, whoever saw my 8th story has seen all 8 stories. So it wasn't like she's like tracking it, she's watching every single one, because whoever's seen the last one usually at the end of the day has probably seen almost all of them, especially if she puts them all up together. So again, if you go into Instagram, and this is where I wish I could share my screen, but if you go into Instagram and you swipe up on that bottom left corner on your story, so if you go into Instagram, you go into your story, and you swipe up on that bottom left. Here we go, screen sharing. Thank you. Oh, she's so good. So if you go into just like regular, like in your story, click on your story, Carlita. So what happens? You can see on the bottom left corner who is viewing your story.
Hey Beth, this is where it's going to show my ignorance. How do I click on my story from this table?
I'm really up right now, Mom.
I know, Lindsay. How do I click on the computer? Or can you share yours? Lindsay? Go ahead, Beth. Keep talking, and I'll see if I can figure this out.
You're good. I'm wondering, let me see if I can screen share. Hold on. Share content. Rose disabled screen sharing. So you can see who's seeing your story. So as soon as you click on.
Are you screen sharing, Beth?
I was trying to screen share if you want to. But you can see who's viewing your story, but there's like a really like in 2 seconds, right next to their name as they're viewing your story, there's like a little arrow to the right of that. And you can literally click on that message. You can click on their name to see if they're an Arbonne or not. And again, if they're not a weird dude, then you click on that little arrow and you can send them a message. So people that sit and watch your story, and again, because you're public, there's lots of people that are watching your story, and your stories need to have hashtags on them because people follow hashtags. So you can click on that and instantly message them, hey, I saw you viewed my story. I hope you like my content. Let's see more information. If you are open to it, just let me know. And that's it. Like, hey, it's just, hey, thanks for viewing my story. Hope you like my content. I'd love to see more information. That's literally what she copies and pastes 40 to 100 times a day. Whether it's somebody who's liked her post or somebody who has viewed her story and, you know, if they'd like more information, just let me know. And then half the time too, she's like, and then I might spend another 30 minutes and she just scrolls through her old messages and then copies and pastes another message in there that just says, you know, something along the lines of like, because she's great, this person's Zoom. Maybe I need a new Zoom. It's me. Will it have to work for me?
You need to host one. I can share my screen.
Okay.
You have to set up a thing on your phone to add so you can switch your actual iPhone.
Shoot. That's something that work.
Okay, I'll try to make Lindsay. I'll make Lindsay one. Hold on. Just keep going, Beth. I'll make Lindsay.
So a lot of it.
Oh, wait, actually, Beth, you have to give me post back, I think.
Okay. Let me see. Disconnect. It should be. It should be. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe it let me do it. Hold on. Hey, Jay. Oh, shucks. That's goodness. Oh. I don't know. I'll have to set it up. I'll set it up on a different time so I will be better prepared next time, but I didn't realize I needed to set something up on my phone. It's a matter of like literally making your Instagram public. It's also sitting and putting out content every day. And you know, Beth did a great job talking about on that YouTube video that she's got about creating your brand and picking, you know, 3 to 5 things that you're really super passionate about. And choosing to where everything you post literally is around that. I mean, so for me, it's, you know, my faith, it's being a mom and a wife, it's healthy living, it's, you know, Arbonne to a degree, and probably Haiti, you know, would be like mine, to where everything I put up is centered around that. To where you're giving people, you want to make sure the content you're putting out on Instagram is content rich. Like, you want people to want to watch you, they want to see you, as well as they want to see your stories. But you have to be like, consistency is massively key when it comes to social media, because people are going to start watching you, start following you, because the content you're putting up, if that makes sense. What kind of content? She refers to that as being that's like something inspirational, like a picture of makeup or something that has, I mean, something that maybe it's put up the quote, or you put up something about your kids, or you put up something about your Armand business that's not constantly join my business, join my business, join my business, to where people are like watching you. Like if you're at an event, you know, document it and just talk about fun with, oh my gosh, let's spend time with ladies like this, they up my average. Like the picture that I put up of Carly and I in the gazebo, if you go to my Instagram, we put up a picture in the gazebo. Actually, I don't even think I talked about Armand at all in that post. I just said, I up my average today, you know? And people that know who all those women are in that gazebo. No, I up my average that day by sitting in that gazebo. So it's like, I'm just talking about like bettering my life. And so it's a matter of messaging people who like your post, messaging people who watch your story. Don't think about who they are. Don't prejudge, just send them a message. And it's also sitting and following up. And Mariah was like, I literally send so many messages. Half the time I'm terrible. She's like, I try to follow up and keep messaging people. So like, sometimes I just sit there and copy and paste and people don't respond back to me. And she's like, I can't even tell you. She's like, probably 80% of the time, nobody responds to me the first time. I was like, you're joking. And she said, no. And she's like, so I go back in and I send them another message. Like, hey, don't know if you saw my message, would love to share more information with you. You know, I love the content on your page, whatever. Might give them a compliment. But she has so many people. She sponsored 4 people in 1 month. And this is what she's doing. She's still doing group presentations, don't get me wrong, but this is just one of her biggest reach out methods that she is using to meet people she doesn't know. Because she's like, I live in Kansas City. I don't know a lot of people. You know, one of the things that she looked at was like, how am I going to meet enough people to build this business? And this is how she's like, I have people, I forget how many states she said at this point, but she's like, I have so many people I've never met before in my life. And if they sit and they say, you know, and depending on her post or depending on her story is how she responds. This was the next question. What do you send them? They said, yeah, I would love more information. What do you send, right? And she's like, okay, well, it depends. She's like, if they like a post that I put up that's about healthy living or just a healthier lifestyle or me being active, then I will lead more with healthy living. And I will send them a quick short video that is talking about healthy living. And historically, which was so funny, she and Peyton Schreiber are not in the same line. Like Peyton's underneath Cecilia. I mean, they're all under Cecilia, but they're separate lines. They're sideline sisters. So for a while, Mariah was sending Peyton's healthy living video. And we were sitting there with Peyton, and Peyton's like, yeah, and I'm filtering all your people trying to get them back to you. She's like, you would not believe, Peyton's like, it's crazy the amount of people that sit and come to me because they watch Peyton's video, whether it's her Discover Armand video or whether it's her healthy living video, and then they just go straight to Peyton. And Peyton's like, she's like, you have no idea how many hours a day I spend talking to people that I realize that I have talked to other people. One of the biggest takeaways that we actually took away from Dallas was I told my team, I was like, stop sending Peyton's video. I'm like, you don't know who you're losing because you're really pointing your prospect to Peyton versus you. So I've challenged, for example, all of my VPs, and I've actually challenged all of my area managers. They need to make an Arvon video. That's just a little 8 to 10 minute video of why Arvon. Or at least use the ones when we were out in Oklahoma a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago actually, that we recorded out there that Benny did. But you know, use your own video, period. And if you don't like the one you have, make one. And then make another video talking about healthy living that's like 10 minutes. Nobody's going to sit and watch a 30-minute video if you send it. Nobody. Most people won't. You can have a quick overview, a 10-minute overview about healthy living, and a 10-minute little Discover Arvon video. And if not, get your upline VPs to share it because your upline VPs.
And Arvon has put together, I mean, you may not want to use Dr. Tanda Cook, so maybe they can put Dr. Tanda Cook, but there's still a great 6-7 minute video from Nancy and I'm blanking on the guy's name for healthy living. And Arvon did do a great one on the RA9 on the one for skincare that's just straight from Arvon. And then there's also, you guys, and I have these on my website, or in the YouTube All Documents tab, the video that is like pure Arvon, that is just a little like 1-minute video that talks about who Arvon is as a company. And And that's a great video. You can share if you don't want to send one or you don't have one of your own. Beth says your personal story is powerful. Yes, but you have to have a personal story to do it. So if you don't have one, then at least give them something. But also ask them to get on and take a look. You know, I mean, I think there's nothing more powerful than a face-to-face via Zoom or whatever conversation with somebody and say, you know, tell me no if you want. I would love to just share this with you and give them a face-to-face, you know, overview of what our mind is for you. Beth, if you'll make me the host now and let me be the host. If you click on your name in the list, and it can say, or click on my name, you can make me host. But you guys, what I learned from Beth that I think was so powerful, in addition to branding yourself, which we've talked, I feel like, a lot about, we have the videos on that, is doing exactly what she was saying Mariah did, which is follow the people that are following you. And that's what Beth was sitting there showing us in the airport, was just clicking on the people that have seen your story. And I thought that's great, because I get overwhelmed by, okay, following all the way through and trying to decipher who stayed with me the whole time. And she said, just go to your last story of the day, start there, and start looking through there. And like you said, get rid of the creeper people, get rid of anybody that's already Arbonne, and then start just reaching out and saying, hey, you know, you only take a look. In fact, if you'll text me some of that verbiage that you gave, that's what people are wanting. We can put together a little thumbnail that we can text out to people for people to use. But I think it was just the number of times you're sending out there going, hey, would you be interested in taking a look? Let me know if you want. But I'd love to share some more information with you. And that, you guys, is our ask. And the more we do that, that's where the numbers game gets up whenever you do that. And I will tell you, the thing that I'm seeing with the people that we are working with that are doing more social media outreach is we're spreading out. I mean, we have consultants in Maine, we have consultants in Washington, Seattle area. We have consultants all over this country that are immediately spreading their businesses down their backyards through social media. And that is where I think, you know, making sure that you know it's your life. It takes work, you guys. This is not natural. Like she said, it's not her name. It certainly wasn't mine. But we have to put ourselves out there enough for people to want to know more about us. And
one other thing too that I was funny, because Mariah just turned 21. And I was like, well, girl, I'm like, you're so good at social media. She's like, no, I'm not. She's like, I don't want to do it. She's like, I sit there and I'm like, I don't want to put up a post. I don't want to put up a story. She's like, but it's part of my job. She's like, I know that this is how I'm going to reach people. And she's like, and so I do it, whether I want to or not. And I sit there and I chunk my Arbonne time. She's like, if I don't have an event, I will sit there for 2 hours and I will send messages for 2 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you about run down at the end? She's like, yeah, I am. She's like, but I know it's my job. So this is my way to get out and reach out to people. And the other thing too that I wanted to throw in there as well that they do is they immediately take it offline. As soon as somebody responds to them, even if it's a stranger, and she's like, you would not believe how many strangers give me their phone number. She's like, but as soon as they respond back to them and say, yeah, sure, I would love some more information, just say, perfect, what's your phone number? I'll text you a quick video to watch. And that's how they just gently, like, again, the message they send is a really short, simple, not this big dissertation immediately. It's just like, hey, you know, thanks for the like. Hope you like my content. You know, thanks for liking my content. Would love to send you more information if you're open. Not interested, but open. And so, like, it lobs, and then figure out they hit their cell phone number and they take it offline. And they send them a little bit like, hey, do you have time to watch this? If not, and they literally say, you know, here's a quick little video. If you don't have time to watch this, just hop on the phone and we'll talk to you directly. So they give, like, it, you know, again, because not everybody's going to sit and watch the video. And the shorter the videos, the better. And you're 100% right, Carlita. Arbonne actually just recently, I feel like just now started coming out with some like really good things. There's one about Arbonne that's, and I'll send it to you, Carlita. It's 2.5 minutes long that they recently cleaned up. Kenny's not on it, but now Ashley goes on it, but it's still really clean. But it's a quick little 2.5 minute, super professional looking. And you're showing this younger generation who is on their phones 24/7 how to use their phone to build a business. and reach out in the question. And here's the other thing too that I'll say, and I got to run to this doctor's appointment, is the key thing on hashtags. In Instagram, you can use up to 30 hashtags. Find a way to use 30 hashtags. Like I have them saved in the notes of my phone. If I put up an inspirational post, it's like got a quote. I've got all my inspirational hashtags that I want to use. If I put up something that's healthy living, I put up the same healthy living hashtags because people follow hashtags. And so I follow, for example, Life by Design. So because I follow that hashtag on Instagram, anybody around the world that follows Life by Design shows up in my news feed. So here's the cool part. I can have a really organic connection with that person because I can see them posting something that hashtag Life by Design, and I can click on them and be like, ooh, look at their life. What are they doing? What's their story? And I might like a couple of their posts, and then all of a sudden in Instagram, they're going to see me. All of a sudden liking their posts, I might decide to follow them. They're gonna be like, oh, who's this girl following me? And I might even send them, and I've sent people a message like, hey girl, I love your content. I love meeting like-minded people. You know, keep it up. And I just start a little baby dialogue. I don't immediately dive in like, hey girl, like you totally look like, you know, you'd love my stuff. It's, hey, I'm giving them a compliment and I'm gonna start this little organic conversation. But because I follow hashtags, I can meet, again, like-minded people. But when you use the same hashtags over and over again, so again, I use Life by Design a lot in a lot of my hashtag and a lot of my posts. Because of that, people who also follow Life by Design are going to keep seeing me. So that's the power of using hashtags, but using the same ones over and over again, because they're going to keep consistently seeing you. They might not be following you yet, but they're following that hashtag. When they see you consistently putting up content that still is showing up in their feed, you're going to also increase your followers. Like this is a way that you will make your followers start jumping. People are following you because you're hashtagging. So like I put up healthy, like I have like different chunks of hashtags, but I just copy and paste from my notes. Sometimes if I've got to sit and rethink it back up, like my brain like all of a sudden goes dead. So just kind of do it once. I can share it with the hashtags I follow with you guys. I mean, if you want to add more to it, change it, whatever, I can share it with Carlita because it's just a nice cut and copy and paste from my phone so that I'm not spending a million years doing posts. And the last thing I'll say real quick too about stories, because like all these things are popping in my head that I just like, I want to share this with you. You can copy other people's stories. And so the easiest way, because I mean, you don't want to sit and spend 2 hours a day. How do I develop my story and every time they're making this so pretty and all this? Like, go in, like, follow other people, follow Mariah, follow Peyton, follow these people, and look at the stories they put up. You can follow Jill Lyons, you know, one of my new RVPs that puts up amazing stories all the time. And I literally, there's sometimes I'll see somebody's story and I'll love it, and they'll have like a series of like 2 or 3 things that will build. I'm like, oh, I like how that builds, how they're sharing more information. I just go in and it's real easy. You just literally like put one finger down on your screen, so then all of a sudden their name and everything else goes away. And then you can use your other 2 fingers. It takes a little bit of manipulation, but you can use your other 2 fingers to screenshot it. And then all of a sudden you now have a perfect screenshot of that story. And it's when I was talking to Miranda Bertram about it. She's like, Beth, she's like, our whole team copies each other's stories like gangbusters because you're public. You're not worried about each other seeing the same story. You want the world to see this story. And so she's like, it doesn't matter. It's not like in Facebook where the algorithm, if you keep putting up the same image, it drives your algorithm down and people are seeing you less. There's no algorithm to this. Instagram doesn't have an algorithm to this. So you can literally copy other people's stories. And there's so many times like I'll put up a story and people will message me like, hey, can I copy your story? I'm like, you go right ahead, knock yourself out. I don't care, you know. I took it from probably somebody else as well. So this is like 2 best copycat wins, but like, so don't overthink that, oh my gosh, like this is going to overwhelm me like crazy. Guys, this is tons of copy and pasting. Just putting up a post every day, putting up a story, you know, and then it's like copy and pasting as many messages as you possibly can. And I'll tell you, I give my team a challenge this morning, and I'm like, for the next 10 days, I am holding my feet to the fire because I want my business to be different by the end of this year, is that I'm committing, and I'm going to document it in a notebook, but I'm literally committing to messaging 40 people, at least 40 people every single day for the next 10 days. And I cannot wait to see what my own personal business is going to look like. And I asked everyone, like, if you want to do this challenge with me, you can. I don't want you to feel like you have to, but this is what I'm going to do. And so if you want to do it, come do it with me. And I can't tell you how many people have messaged me and said, like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 40 asks today. Like, let's just see what happens. you know? And so I'm excited about that.
And I think that's really what I was most excited about. But you guys, there's a skill set. I will tell you, this is like healthy living whenever it came into Arbonne. If you weren't comfortable with it, you push back on it. And that is where I feel like people are with social media. And yet what we really need to do is work to become comfortable with it and learn from people who have gone before us and have taken steps before us and are willing to turn around and teach us. Because this is just another way to get your message out there to more people every day, which is how we build an Arbonne business. And so that was what I was excited about. It's just how many times you can copy paste and get an ask out there, in addition to the ones that you're doing face to face out here, and the responses that you're getting. If you feel like you're, I mean, one of the greatest, most popular complaints I get when we talk to people who aren't growing where they want to be is that they don't have anybody else to talk to. Well, guys, this is where that will get rid of that obstacle for you and help open up just in your head to thinking you've got more people, which helps open you up to be more productive in your business. Because if your head's telling you have no one to talk to, just want to talk to no one. And so that's what I love about this, is just the abundance that it gives people, if you will, do the work. But it's going to take some of you time. But you can go if you need to. I know you've got an appointment. It's going to take some of you time to be able to get you out there. And I just created a new little photo file getting started that I said get social in one of them, because if you aren't on social media or good at social media or haven't been attentive to social media and being present in it, you're going to need to in order to empower your business with it. Yes, we all built businesses without social media back in the day, but this is what's relevant today. And as you have people join your business, you're going to need to be able to understand this well enough to lead people to it and let people help people know what it is that they can do to put themselves out there faster and tell the world about it. I honestly think you guys even 3 to 1 about products. I think that's a high number of product posts versus lifestyle posts. I think lifestyle posts are going to be more powerful. I'm going to show my screen just to show you guys. I can't show you. I haven't figured out how to show you my story on here, but I know Beth talked about this in her branding video on how to list out your profile, the points about your profile, and how it's easier for an eye to read and to catch, and you can put this in your notes and copy and paste it into your profile for Instagram, so it's not running together like this, which is what it has to do. These are other little things that Beth showed me that, like, I don't even know what they do. I'm figuring it out. But you can put things on here that help you see what categories of your life that you keep up. But I'm going to show you my Instagram, because Beth comes in here and she clicks on the post and she cleans up stuff that she doesn't want on here. So that if anybody comes in and they go, well, let me check out this Carlita Nelson lady, and please don't think I'm an example here. But I look at my story and my picture and I'm like, look, it looks fun. I mean, like, you can kind of see that this is a fun life. And there's only one post that has Arbonne in it, but look at everything else that is just people and fun and events and fitness and family and working out. And you can tell kind of who I am and what I'm about. And that's what starts interesting people. You can tell, we congratulate people and stuff. Guys, we have fun with family. We hear about organizations. This is just stuff that, like, it helps you kind of, like, this needs to be cleaned up. This is something that Beth Lomas would tell me, this needs to be archived. And you can click on your post, guys, and archive it when you get to your post, and it will take it off of that story so that people don't see a bunch of, raw floor on my paint selection. But this is, I didn't get to clean up all of it, but this is where she's saying, like, clean up your story. And that way you are not getting, a lot of stuff on there that people will go, not so much, it doesn't look enticing or entertaining. So that's one of the tips that she gave me. But honestly, just following those people in your story, I think if you just started making a story every day about who you are in your life and following or asking people that are following you, that's going to get your ass out there. And Beth, Florida, you can add to this. I know you've done a lot of work in here too. If you we love that challenge. Oh yeah. If you want to add anything to what she said.
Hey, I think you guys covered it all. It was awesome. I'm excited to do your challenge as well. And I think, and you know what you said, Carlita, guys, it's okay to have what you want to do is like what Carlita said with lifestyle posts. You want to have that logo somewhere in some of your lifestyle posts. Like it doesn't have to be in every post, but it's good that she had the shaker cup that had the logo because it's like that's a part of our life. Our brand is what we're putting out there, which is our lifestyle. And I actually wouldn't even take out the dirty floor, Carlita. I like that. Like that represents the fun stuff of who you guys are too and part of what you're doing. Because I think it's important that people see that. If you guys make your Instagram a business account, then you can actually monitor. I did this after probably about a month ago. You can actually monitor how many profile visits you're getting. And then you'll start to see how many profile visits you're getting a day. And so you want to be getting at least 100 profile visits a day, and it has everything to do with the hashtags and the types of core value things that you're posting. And I'll look on a picture like, I forget which one I had 18 profile visits. That means that 18 strangers through my hashtags checked out my profile visit on one post. And so it's just, that's where you want to get. And you'll notice that if you post, like if I were to post a picture of Arbonne, if I just post a picture of Arbonne, I'm not going to get any profile visits. And so that's why the whole concept of branding yourself gets the word out. But the hashtags are how you're going to get those random people that like you. I don't know. I don't watch the show, but my sister does. It's called Below Deck. It's like about a yacht that these people are on. It's a reality TV show. But my sister thinks it's so funny. And the captain of that ship liked one of my posts the other day. I mean, this is somebody who has like thousands and thousands of followers liked my post. It was yesterday. And so I'm sending her a message, you guys, because why not? And so you'd be surprised. You'll get some crazy, like this clothing lady that I follow on by her clothes who has like 100,000 followers. She liked one of my posts. And so it's so weird and so random how you'll get the hashtags. And if you guys need, I sent Carlita a big list of hashtag ideas that she could post. Just to give you ideas, there's a lot of them on there, so it can kind of give you an idea. But I love that Beth pointed out having like groups, inspiration, faith, family. I'm definitely going to do that because I didn't do that, and I'm going to do that so I have that readily available because I get stumped. So I'm excited, Carly, and I agree with you 100%. Thank you for doing this call because we definitely have to innovate, and it's been fun. And I think it's so cool because it connects us with people we would never, ever, ever. And we know Arbonne has connected us to people that we would have never connected to, but this connects us to people that there's like no physical link between us. I just think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I see as most powerful is the number game with this and the outreach that you have, the reach that you have through being part of social media and making it part of you and what we do in our business because it's powerful. And you guys, that's where you get that momentum because you aren't working with somebody in your backyard. You're working with somebody who just listens to you because they connect to you in this way. Sometimes our friends are the hardest to coach, So anyway, I think it's just fun and I'm learning. And as I'm learning, I'm just sharing what I know with all of you and trying to learn with you. So thank you guys for joining me and hopefully this was helpful. Phil Lyons, you're on here. I saw, if you're still on here, I would love for you to pop on and share anything because I know you are doing a lot with your business. You may have gotten off tonight. I'm seeing her on here. But anyway, yeah, it's a journey, but we're all in here. And I'll help you find Jill Lyons' name on Insta if you get that. So yeah,